And I know that you believe, and all Republicans believe, that this is a Democrat shutdown. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that Democrats are blaming Republicans here, calling it the Trump. It's either the Trump shutdown or the Schumer shutdown, depending on what party you're in. I'm curious if you think Republicans are winning the messaging game on this and how much that really matters to you, because polling suggests that the overwhelming majority of American voters do not like a government shutdown. I mean, I've never met someone who was ecstatic about it. However, multiple polls do suggest that more Americans blame Republicans for the shutdown than Democrats. Does that bother you?
Yeah, it bothers me because it's not true. I mean, the legislation that we passed out of the House, we got our job done. The Senate needs to do its job. Republicans do control both houses of Congress, but everyone knows that in the Senate, you have to have a filibuster-proof majority. You need 60 members of the Senate to vote to keep the government open, or in this case, to reopen the government. That requires at least 7 Democratic senators to vote the right way, in the way that they've done before. Listen, there's certainly in the past, Republicans were subject to criticism, and we haven't necessarily, we're not immune to those telling us that we've done things wrong. But in this case, honest to goodness, it really is a straightforward funding mechanism to reopen the government. We're not asking for any we're just asking the Democrats to continue funding the programs that people in my district and other districts rely on. If we had a bunch of asks in here, a bunch of additional policy requests or poison pills or hot button social issues that we had put in the funding request, I would understand why Democrats would call foul and they'd say, why we're not going to open the government with these conditions. But that's not in this legislation. It really, in this case, is a straightforward continuing resolution that would keep the government open. And Democrats are using this as an excuse to advance a whole bunch of other policy proposals that aren't going to get any traction with Republicans. And I don't think that's the right thing to do, to close down the government for that reason.